Hey, I thought I'd do a quick video for Gamefly and how it's changed. My Gamefly account is basically as old as the site itself. I used to use this account back in the PS2 days. Now, I think a lot of people think that Gamefly has lost some value due to how cheap games can be. There's Redbox, which I never really considered to be a true replacement for Gamefly, despite the whole instant gratification thing, because they only have like the big AAA stuff in there, and even then they have very low quantities. Like when I go pick up my pizza or my meds or something, there's a Redbox nearby, and sometimes I check there, and they only have like AAA games, and a lot of the times they're always sold out. Redbox in general is better for getting like the fire sales that they do. Like they'll sell like big name games for like $20 or something when they need to rotate them out. Obviously the overall inventory space or real estate of a not Gamefly, but Redbox machine is far less than a traditional video store. What I use it for mostly is Switch games. You see there's a lot of Switch games here that I may not buy or I may not get content creator keys for. Switch games in general have what's called the Nintendo tax. Like even if something is cheaper on another platform, it will always be the most expensive on the Switch. Also, sometimes the Switch versions will be the best versions, so they may be the more desirable ones. The Switch has a lot of small games. Obviously, we just got Tales of Vesperia this month, which is one of the biggest games on the platform, in my opinion. But, it's mostly smaller Japanese games and indies, so it actually is beneficial to get them on Switch if possible. So what they've changed, ever since I killed my account several years ago, is they make it so that you can hold your queue for up to 7 days to get your highest ranked title. Like, I'm kind of interested in trying Mario, because I haven't played a Mario game in ages. I played Mario Odyssey. I didn't particularly like it that much, because it felt like it was kind of teetering too far into the whole useless collectathon category or genre, where there's just a bunch of useless stuff and not a whole lot of reward for doing it. This might be more up my alley, so I actually just returned Disgaea 5 because for whatever reason they sent me that instead of Mario. I don't know if it was because there was a shipping problem or not, but I really don't have time to be playing Disgaea right now, and I was kind of only interested in trying it out and maybe buying it for a cheap price to have something to grind on later, but it's just not for me, so I returned it. So what happens is they have fast return now. Fast return means that when it is scanned on the truck to be sent back to their shipping center, they will automatically send out your next title. So I just actually went out to the mailbox about an hour ago and I put this out. So probably by Monday or maybe Tuesday at the latest, they will do the fast return. They'll scan it and then they will send the next title. So this is actually a pretty useful feature, especially this month, if you sign up this month, because there's lots going on. Mario just came out, Senran Kagura, which is not something I would ever be caught dead paying for. I might want to try out that game, so you can kind of strategically send things back. Like, say, Senran Kagura is going to be coming out on the 22nd for them. So in about 3 days, I'll probably send this back, and then I might try out that game, because that way I'd be guaranteed to get it. Now, in terms of availability, you can see most of the things actually have pretty good availability. Like Mario is high availability. I hear, obviously I didn't have a Wii U, so I hear that the new features they added in this are pretty lackluster, so I imagine that's part of the reason of the lack of interest, but there's some other recent stuff too that has pretty high availability. Like Spirit of Sanada. I might want to try that game out again. They have it for high availability, so I could get it no issue. Kingdom Hearts 3, I'm definitely not a Kingdom Hearts fan. I really don't care. I think the story is terrible. I think the combat's decent. There's been a lot of concerns from the high-level Kingdom Hearts 2 community that this game might not deliver in terms of the gameplay category or capacity, but we'll see what happens. I might go ahead and rent this. So it actually is a pretty nice feature. It's just if you want AAA games, you definitely have to be a little strategic about it. You return things basically a week before, maybe less than a week before, and then you make sure that you have your shipping preferences set to hold your queue up for up to a week. This is actually something they must have added within the past few years, because I canceled my Gamefly account back around 2012 or 2013 because of the inability to consistently get things that I actually wanted instead of just having random stuff. Now, if you do sign up, I recommend using the 2-game plan. That will guarantee that you always have something. My Heroes 1 Justice, I haven't really had much time to try this. I also don't have PS Plus, so I'm probably going to play this a little bit over the next few days and then return it. And that way I would have 2 slots free. Otherwise, you're basically paying for nothing. If you have a 1-game plan, then you're always going to have like upwards of anywhere from 2 to 4 days where you have nothing and you're basically paying for... you're basically donating to their service. Now, there's also the option to keep things, which can also have some really nice discounts. Like, I remember I put up some footage of Pokken Tournament DX. I actually got that game for $33, which is way cheaper than you can get it from any major retailer, be it digital or physical. Now, sometimes the deals aren't that great. Like this game, so obviously this is a random licensed anime game. They're obviously going to make another one next year when they have more material to work off of. So it's not not really the game I consider to buy, but you actually can get things for a pretty decent price. The store also has free shipping, so that can also get some pretty nice deals there. Like BB Tag is $30 right now. Unfortunately, their Switch selection seems to have gotten completely destroyed by the sale that they did about a month ago for Christmas. So there's not really a whole lot of selection here, but Blaze Tracer for $25 is a pretty nice deal. So definitely check the store as well. PS4 is obviously far more populated. Pretty nice deals in here overall. You've got Eunice for $25, the X Legacy Collection for $28, things like that. Anyway, that's basically it. This is not a sponsored post or anything. This actually has been a pretty great boon for me in terms of affording Switch games. Like I said, Switch games are always Switch taxed, and I live on a pretty low income. Even with like Patreon and the ad revenue and stuff, it's not enough to get $60 games all the time. I can usually only can afford one a month, if even that, depending on what other expenses I have. So it's actually pretty nice to use. Right now, their overall selection seems to be kind of depleted by the fact that they just did a sale, but there's lots of good deals on here, so I recommend it. Anyway, this is just a kind of a little side video to show how I can get some of these new games right away, and I'll catch you guys later. Peace.